hear you. I hear you. Alrighty. We are live here. Get the music down a bit. Grab my phone, wherever my phone is. I don't even know where my phone went. Here it is. Start sending out some stuff here. Is the stream working for you?
Let me see. Yep.
Cool.
Music's really quiet. That might just be my end. I don't know.
I mean, I could always turn it up a bit. It's a little loud for me, but it's really loud for me. Alright.
On the YouTube end, it's quiet.
Okay. Copy video URL. That's not what I needed. Remove all embeds. I don't need that. I needed my stream. Can you post it in there for them? Alrighty. I'm gonna wait for some people here. I'm gonna share it with some people. Okie dokie, okie dokie. You ready, Logan?
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're about to get started here with round one. I've been excited all week for this. It's gonna be a good race. What do you think? What do you think, Logan?
I think the drivers will have tons of fun on the twisty turns
Of what?
and
Turn one, turn
of
two.
Sonoma.
Sonoma in general. Yep.
Yes, sir.
That's
the
it.
straightaways, we're gonna see the massive differences between the cars, their pros and cons. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, with the Beamers, with those Beamers out there, we already know the Beamer's a little bit fast on the straights. Alrighty. So, we got the music back up. All right, cool. Here's the schedule right now. We're here at round one at Sonoma in Sears Valley, California. Got the standings right now. Sadly, we're missing 3 drivers out here. We're missing Justin Ortiz, Benjamin Koifman, and Reese in the Porsche. The rest of the drivers are here today. We got Andrew Hendrickson, Frank Striegel, Jonah Johnston, Nathan Boardman, and Clay Dizzy out right now preparing. Today, here it is, Sonoma. Sonoma Raceway is a very, very difficult track for all the new drivers. I mean, Logan, you've been out there in the safety car. Turn 1 all the way up into 2 and 3A and 3 there. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, let's just say me and the wall had a couple makeout sessions before I figured out how to take those turns.
And this is Logan here for everyone joining. This is Logan from the, world famous Civic Touring Cup in Japan on Gran Turismo. Came out 3rd place with a podium there. So he's going to be joining me for the season here as a co-commentator and my safety car. We have some practice highlights from last night. This is Frank and Andy on track, getting some testing in. They were just running against each other. Andy's very quick out there today in the Air Force Beamer. So, should be exciting to see them out there battling the two Ohio boys. And other than that, I think we could start beginning to get the track online here in a bit. Shall we go into the Discord and talk to them?
I think it's about time.
I think it's about time. We'll get ready here. Slower down the music and meet the drivers. All right, hello drivers. Hello.
Hello.
Good day, Evan.
Are you guys ready to race?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not ready to race. I'm ready to win, baby.
Ready to win. Let's start off with
I'm
Andy
ready to
here.
kill Andy.
Andy, thoughts going into this race?
All right, so as we know, the preseason race didn't really go as planned. Had a couple hiccups, but going into this race, I feel like I've learned the track pretty well. I still have a few inconsistencies going into turn 2, but we're looking to keep that pretty smooth today, minimize our mess ups, and keep it a clean race, and hopefully finally get to battle with old Frank.
It's exciting to hear. It's exciting to hear. And speaking of Frank here, Frank in the Supra, the Impaired Performance Supra, sponsored by Midwest Fabrication. Any thoughts going into this race?
I'm really scared. Andy, we're not going to do much battling, bud.
Hey, you never know. I could spin out on turn 2 and...
Best case scenario, I T-bone you.
This track has been very difficult for a lot of drivers.
Head up, Frank.
It's going to be very, very hard. Let's move on down to Jonah. Jonah, one of the new drivers. He wasn't here for the preseason race. How are you feeling going into Sonoma here?
I'm here to go fast. I'm actually wearing shoes today, and
You've been driving
yeah,
the
I didn't
McLaren
rip 'em
without
off.
shoes?
Oh yeah, socks all the way, man. The way
Jonah
I
here
feel the car.
is a podium leader in the Civic Touring Cup as well with Logan and some other drivers. I see Dominic there in the chat, another driver from the Civic Touring Cup League. It's exciting to see you again here, Jonah. I'm excited to see how you perform today.
I'm excited to put some times down and get some good battles in.
We can move on over to let's move on over to Nathan from Australia here. How are you feeling in the AMG today? Sponsored by Aftershock.
Feeling a lot better than going into Laguna Seco practice last week. I've had a lot more time to practice for this race. It's still not up to where I'd want to be, but it'll come with practice later on, I reckon.
Good words, good words. And then Dizzy, Clayton Dizzy, in the other
Clayton,
McLaren.
what? That's not my name.
I'm calling you Clayton now.
No.
Also fresh from the preseason race. He didn't get to make it. New setup. How are you feeling at Sonoma with the testing?
I'm waiting for my other parts, but I'm just hoping to stay on the track, man.
Alrighty. Great words from all the drivers here today. All right, so I'm going to start opening up the race session here. Before we do that, let's get the national anthem in. Drivers, please rise.
Remove your hats.
Remove your hats.
is going to be interesting.
God bless America. God bless America. All right. We're going to be starting to move over into the practice session, more like a warm-up for them here. It's going to be a 10-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying with a 45-minute race. Alrighty. And here we are at Sonoma Raceway with the drivers in the pits. Getting ready to go here on track. You guys are all clear. Track is green. You guys can start getting your warm-up in.
Hooray.
All right, Logan, are you ready to head over back into the commentator's booth? They're going to be doing their thing now.
Alrighty, let's go.
So for cameras, he said? Control 3 and Control 2 for you, Logan. That will...
Oh, control 2.
Yes.
That's it.
Drivers heading out on track right now. Let's hop on down and see what's going on here. First one out on track was Frankie Striegel in the Impaired Performance Midwest Fabrication Super there. All designs here except for Jonah's are made by yours truly, me here. I'm the one that made these cars, all right?
And
Right,
let me
Logan?
just say, Evan, absolutely amazing work.
Thank you, thank you. So, what are your thoughts on Logan here? Or not Logan, no, you're Logan. Frank, what are your thoughts on Frank?
He's definitely got a fast car. He's a fast driver. He's got beef with other racers in the league, so that's just... They've got to draw some inspiration from that to make some content for us out on the raceway here today.
I most certainly agree with that. Frankie being a very, very new driver to sim racing here. This is his first ever competitive league. It's a good thing it's a friends league, so he doesn't have a lot to worry about, but there is some prizes on the line here for the drivers. Losing it a bit, going onto the dirt. It's a great looking car though, sponsored by Zinn, Marlboro, and Miller Lite. Most Ohio car ever.
You know, behind dogs, I'd say those are man's best friends.
I agree. Let's hop on over to the next car here. Got Dizzy in the Samsung 570S. He works at Samsung IRL. Thoughts on Dizzy here going into the first round?
He's got a beautiful car, let me just say. I love that Miami Heat color combo, as we talked about earlier. But I heard it's a slippery car to handle. Hopefully him and Jonah in the 570S can keep their tires on the track and away from the grass. But it should be fun.
Definitely a decent driver. Hasn't had a lot of practice. He's on par with the drivers in the back of the pack. All the drivers in the back of the pack are running about 140, so they should be close all race. Hopefully we should see some action with Dizzy out here. We got Nathan, the only Aussie in the series, driving the AMG GT4. Very, very new to sim racing as well, just like Frank. So it should be a fun driver to watch here. What are your thoughts on the Aussie from the land down under?
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Well, let me just say, the AMG is a boat in Gran Turismo. I don't know how it handles in this, but my prayers go out to him.
Yeah, it's a little boaty in here too. He's been struggling with this car. Love Nathan though, love that man. Also sponsored by Twin Tail Turbos, one of the fake companies that one of my friends made, so that's pretty cool. You can see that on the fender there. Andy back into the pits for some reason. Must be fixing up his setup. Here's the U.S. Air Force car, Mach 1 Motorsport, Andy Hendrickson. Very, very fast car. It's been a little too fast out here, honestly. He's definitely going to be the one to look at for first place. He's been pretty consistent, but we'll see how it's looking today. Any thoughts on Hendrickson, Mr. Logan?
Well, I love his occupation. As a buddy of a guy who's currently working on Apache helicopters, I find it very inspirational, the work that they do.
Yeah, and I forget what plane specifically he works on, but it's a very big plane that's responsible for mid-air refueling, which is pretty cool.
Whoa, dude.
Yeah. So, Andy here, serving the country. God bless his soul.
Double that.
And Jonah Johnston in the 570S, sponsored by, for some reason, Monster Energy and Dr. Pepper, or as we like to say, Dr. PP.
Well, I think he's trying to represent Children of the Bjork as a whole with the White Monster Dr. Pepper combo. I'm a fan of the White Monster. He's a fan. I'm sure that's the only monster he drinks. You know, Dr. PP or Dr. Pepper is Devin's favorite drink. Sadly, he's not representing himself in Assetto Corsa, but he's here in spirit.
We love Devin. Thank you for coming out to the Civic Touring Cup. If he's here right now watching, I don't know if he is. But he was definitely a good addition to the series. Lots of fun seeing him out there race with everyone. And hopefully the Children of the Bjork can bring a podium here today. I believe the team name was, what was it, Vice's Central Motorsport? Something like that. Very, very interesting car to see on track. Should be distracting for some of the drivers. I love it. Lots of different colors. Drivers, both McLarens coming up on each other here right now in practice.
See how they deal with that.
I think Jonah has more pace on the Samsung McLaren. Oh, someone going off there. Looks like the Supra in the infield there. He's going to probably give way to the McLaren.
Nope, taking the racing line.
No, he's going to take the racing line. Oh, there might be a mishap here.
See some metal scraping from the Supra. That downforce is really strong.
It's a very stiff car. I've driven it a couple times around here. It can be fast if you know how to drive it. Both McLarens ganging up on the Toyota right now. And it's not even race time yet. I mean, this is going to be an interesting race. I can already tell.
Just hitting a minute left in the practice run.
And Logan, I know you're going to be the safety car here today. How are you feeling about being a safety car for a season?
Oh, well, it's going to be absolutely amazing.
I know you've been lapping the crap out of the thing. I mean, you love that car, it seems like.
I'm almost on pace with the slowest cars in the race.
Yeah.
On a controller.
On a controller. Oh, and the AMG's off in the corner there. Looks like a spin from the AMG. From Nitro Bite Racing there, the Aussie spun out on the end of the corner. We didn't get a good look at that, sadly. The car is very hard to handle, has a lot of torque. I know he's struggling with it. The pack continues to stay the same here in practice. Coming up on their last lap here before the start of qualifying. Qualifying is going to be very important here at Sonoma. I mean, if someone makes a mistake in front of you, it could be game over. You want to be the one up front. This track is very tight, very cramped. But there should still be a lot of room for overtaking in some of these corners and braking zones.
Yes, the entire track is 40 feet wide, so there's still plenty of room for overtakes in these twisty turns if they take the proper lines.
especially with that one section on the after the sector 1 here, through the carousel where it hops onto the drag strip there. The track widens a bit, so if you get a good exit there, we might see some drag racing down the strip to the next corner.
That's what I'm saying. The mixture of twisty turns and straightaways.
Oh, a slight bump!
Contact between the McLarens!
It pushes him off! Wow.
This practice run is just a testament to how close this race will actually be.
I mean, it's gonna be something, all right. All right, so they have a little cooldown here for the cars before they hop into qualifying. It's gonna be a 10-minute qualifying. This is very important. This is gonna dictate where they are on track on the start of the race. Like I said, a good qualifying time means you start at the front of the pack, means you can run away sooner. But a lot of the drivers here are not feeling consistent with this track. It's a very difficult track. I mean, a lot of the first sector is just going to be mayhem, I feel like. I mean, we saw it right there with Jonah and Dizzy, the two McLarens. Little rear-ending action there into the corner.
Will the drivers have to try to save fuel and their tire wear throughout the 45-minute race? Will they be forced to pit? What will the strategies look like for these racers?
Well, it's just a 45-minute sprint race, so they won't have to worry too bad about gas. We're forcing a regulation on a full tank for them just so that it's even. These are all newer drivers to sim racing, so we don't want anyone to have an unfair advantage. But tire wear at Sonoma is going to be very important. I mean, we are running tire wear, and if these guys are going to be overheating these cars' tires into the corners, they're going to really ruin their exits on some of the corners and entries. I mean, the braking distance is going to be significantly reduced, and they're going to be locking up a lot in some of these corners. Qualifying begins here. We're going to hop back out onto the track with them. Frankie waiting for space so he can get a good qualifying lap, it looks like. He doesn't want to be in the way of anyone. That's some good sportsmanship from the driver right there in the number 80 Supra. Both drivers going wide on cold tires already in the McLarens. Nathan getting a decent amount of free air here. Some clean air to, push a bit. Hopefully,
it might be nice for these McLaren drivers to take a lap to breathe for a second.
Yeah, especially after that.
Maybe get some space, get the dust off their tires.
The U.S. Air Force #1 Beamer getting out of the pits first. Definitely a fast car out here today.
He's gonna have plenty of clear air to set his fast lap time here.
I mean, in my opinion, I think we're going to see Andy winning it here with Benjamin not here or Reese to give him any contention for first place. I mean, he's one of the faster drivers out here. He knows what he's doing. And the Beamer is just quick. It's just a fast car to begin with. I mean, this car has almost 40 horsepower on some of the others out here. But it is a boat. It has a lot of weight. I mean, look how fat this car is down the straight. I mean, it takes up half the track.
Those hips don't lie.
They don't lie at all. Childbearing hips on this Beamer. Oh, cold tires. Everyone's running on those cold tires right now. Frank finally out right now, getting onto his flying lap. Should be able to see some good laps here. Looks like the McLarens have gave each other some space now. They don't want to be battling on a qualifying lap. That is just a dumb idea. Jonah going a little wide there, dipping the tires off. The Samsung car looking like it hasn't had an issue into the entrance of that corner. I mean, what happened there? Looks like the car is stalled on the corner. It's just sitting there. It's very interesting. Looks like a setup issue of some kind. Getting back out onto the track here. That was a very interesting little mishap. I don't know what happened. Any thoughts on that, Logan?
Nope, I have no clue what went on there.
That was, yeah, that was interesting. I don't know what happened there.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna start seeing the first flying laps here. Let's see what Andy's capable of setting. He's gonna be crossing the line here. Oh, whoopsie, whoopsie. I'm gonna go back to Andy here. A 139.5 for his first qualifying lap already. That is faster than everyone out here by a couple tenths already, and he's just getting started.
We have seen that a 137.6 is
It is capable in that car. Frankie passing the line with a 141.3. He's going to have to pick up the pace here. Jonah with a 141.1. Slightly ahead of Frank there. Is going to be placed in third. Nathan in fifth with a 149 on his first flying lap. McLaren coming in hot. Jonah behind Nathan here. The Aussie going wide, taking it way too slow. He's going to be holding up Jonah's lap here. Will Nathan be able to outrun the McLaren here, or is he going to ruin the lap for him? I mean, taking it wide, getting a good run out. Looks like the gap is going to stay at about, looks like 5/10. We got Andy coming up on another lap here. Let's skip through these. Dizzy in the pits trying to figure something out, it looks like. Let's head back to Andy. Bringing it down a little bit more to 139.4. I mean, the pace on this Beamer is crazy, Logan.
absolutely.
Frank passing the line again for a 140.1. Great lap by Frank. Oh, tapping the wall.
That's all right. He's got
Nathan's
plenty of
still
time
in
to get
fifth.
it back together.
Yes, he does. And Jonah still in third, going off wide again. Oh, man. Dizzy losing the car. The McLarens are looking like they're having a hard time out here. That will put Frank in second place. I mean, this is great for points for him. I mean, the fastest drivers aren't here today. So, I mean,
Exactly.
he's going to be able to get points, which is what we want to see. I mean, I want to see Frank here, brand new driving to sim racing. I mean, all the veterans are not here today. So, it's always good to see.
Gonna give the underdogs
Yeah, it's always
a
good to
chance
see the
against the more
underdogs.
skilled drivers.
All the drivers staying very close to each other for just the qualifying. I mean, it's very interesting that they wouldn't give each other more space. Jonah locking it up a bit. All the drivers locking up a little bit into this corner. Nothing new with the times yet. Dizzy needs to set, you know, a better time here if he wants to
I
get up
believe
into
Jonah
the back.
just said a 139.069.
Oh, wait. Let's take a look at that. 139! Oh, man. But it seems like that lap might have been invalidated. He's still in third place. He might have gone off track in one of the corners.
Let's see if he can beat that time.
If he can set that, he will be in pole position for this race. I mean, he's only got 2 minutes left here. It's going to be enough time for one more lap. Drivers heading down into the S's here. A crucial part of the track. I mean, those first couple little S turns there dictate how fast you're going to be coming down into this last hairpin. Now, this track has just corner after corner after corner, so we're not going to be seeing a lot of slipstreaming here, but next week at Long Beach, oh man, it's going to be something, all right, with all the long straights there. I mean, have you seen the track map yet for Long Beach, Logan?
No, I haven't seen it yet, and I can't see it in my mind. It's not one of those tracks I have down pat yet.
It's a very fast speed. Oh, it looks like the AMG lost it there. Yep.
Jonah did set a 139.348.
That is going to bring him
A
up
valid lap.
into pole. Was that pole for him? It's pole position. It is
Holy
pole
shit.
position for Jonah and the children of the Bjorg. That's a
Hats off to Jonah.
amazing performance by the McLaren. I mean, just with 30 seconds here, I'm so excited to see Jonah back out on track. A very, very rapid driver, very consistent. I mean, this is our boy here. We know him here in real life from Eastern Pennsylvania.
He's always been one of the children of the Bjork's secret weapons.
Apparently, man,
He doesn't spend a lot of time driving in real life, but goddamn is he fast.
He's fast. Coming down into overtime here, the driver's going to finish their last lap, and we are going to come on down to the first race here, round 1 at Sonoma. Any final thoughts before you hop out into the safety car, Logan?
I just want to say good luck to the drivers. Let's have a clean race.
It's going to be a good one. Jonah passing the line for his last lap there. Let's take a look at the boards. We got Jonah with a 39.0, 4/10 ahead of Andy. I mean, that's craziness for just not having as much practice as everyone else. And Frank with a 140.1 is going to be a couple tenths off of Andy there as well. Dizzy just a little behind Frank. I mean, he's going to be putting pressure on him. And Nathan with a 141.6, not being able to crack the 140s. You could see the ghosts of Reese and Ben. They were on track at one point here, but they just didn't make it to the race today. They were all busy. Reese making a silly mistake, I guess misjudging what time the race was tonight. It was supposed to be 5 p.m. I guess he was imagining it was going to be at 8 again today. So we will not be seeing the Porsche or the other Beamer here today. I mean, I was not expecting this. Were you expecting this, Logan? I mean, Jonah taking pole.
No, I was not expecting that. I was expecting the Beamer to take pole position.
I was too. I mean, the McLarens seem rapid if you know how to drive them. Drivers coming into the pits with a 1 minute 30-second countdown here until the race start. I mean, this is going to be something, all right. I was hoping we would have 2 more cars or even 3 more cars today for the race, but like I said, this is an underdog race today. These are all the newbies, except for Andy a little bit and Jonah. They're more, I would say they're more amateur drivers. Really quickly, I'm going to step out really quick. If you can, Logan, put in some thoughts.
I have no thoughts. Thoughts bewilder me. I do have a Red Bull, though. Sadly, we're not sponsored. I hope everyone viewing is having a good day.
All right, I am back. Sorry about that. My dog there was doing silly things. Oh, and someone got sent to the pits? What's going on here? What?
They put
What's
us on a grid start.
Yeah, well, it's a grid start. You're supposed to go in front of them.
Yeah, I don't know, but people just went back to the pits for some reason.
Yeah, what the heck? I mean, I have to go back to pits because I'm not driving. But it looks like Jonah and...
Well, hopefully they meet us out here.
I mean... They're heading out now. Alright, well, it looks like they're rejoining the track. Alright, that was interesting. I don't know what happened there. Once again, the drivers are in their own little Discord here, so I guess they're gonna figure it out. Yeah, they're returning to the positions here, so that's good. Drivers keeping it single file for now.
Oh, stupid.
Alright, good. All drivers are back on track, it looks like.
Is my lights on?
It looks like it. Can't really tell with the lighting. Alright. Drivers are starting to double file here. The Porsche is going to come into the pits this lap. And there goes our safety car, Logan in it driving the GT4 America safety car there. Drivers coming into the hairpin. And the race is about to go green here. And they're green. Jonah getting a jump there on the beamer there. And Nathan coming back up from 5th up into 4th. The 45 minutes begin here at Sonoma. And he's going to try to pressure the McLaren into a mistake. All drivers keeping it close right now, filing into their line. I don't know what's up with that screen. There we go. All drivers locking up into the corner here. And he's going to need to hunt down this McLaren now. Gap widens between the top two drivers here. Both drivers going in deep. Andy trying to get on the inside. I mean, this is an amazing start so far, Logan. What are you thinking?
We're seeing a beautiful battle brew between these top two drivers on the straightaway, heading into turn 1 of Sonoma.
The
I
Beamer
can't believe it.
staying close on Jonah. I mean, he's gonna have to keep it close here.
I'm hoping Jonah can handle the pressure as it
Oh,
slowly
getting very
builds.
close. On his tail here. He's gonna be looking for a move, dipping the tires off a little bit.
Oh, Jonah with 2 tires off.
Getting a better exit out through the corner, though. The Beamer lacks through that corner. It's so much heavier than the McLaren. Oh,
And he
taking
catching
it
some
very
grass.
close. Trying to get a good exit out of the corner here. He's going to have a run. Is he going to poke his head out? Is he not too close yet? He's not too close yet. Frank's still in the rearview mirror. If there's a mistake between both of these drivers, Frank can capitalize on that. Now, as we know, Frank and Andy here are both from Ohio. They both know each other. They went to school together. I mean, they are going to be hunting each other out. There's going to be a rivalry. It looks like the Mercedes went off at some point. The Mercedes is no longer in the rear view. Far, far back now through the S's. He must have lost it on one of the corners. It's a sad day for Nathan. He cannot keep that car straight for the life of him. That'll bring Dizzy up into 4th. Jonah trying to widen the gap here. I mean, if Jonah makes any mistakes, this Beamer's going to keep up with him. And he's just going to capitalize and get an overtake done easily. Jonah widening the gap. Frank's still in the background. They're pulling away every lap. Whoa, losing it a bit on the exit of the corner. I mean, who do you have your eyes on right now, Logan?
My eyes have been glued on the battle of the top 2.
Oh, in the background, Frank goes wide on the S's. He keeps it on track, though, doesn't lose it. He's going to lose time there between the top 2. Only one corner ahead are Andrew Hendrickson and Jonah Johnston in the McLaren. Also known as Raven in the Civic Touring Cup, as we know. And Logan here, do you want to tell the audience what your name was? Oh, the Beamer going wide, losing time on the McLaren just a bit more.
Unfortunate for the number 2 driver. Whoa, catching some
Getting
air.
the wheels off the ground. Oh, dipping them off. I mean, he's pushing so hard trying to catch up to the McLaren. I mean, where did this pace come from, Jonah?
I have no clue. I know he was sending some screenshots of 139s, but he's become a very consistent driver in this 1-week practice period the drivers had.
Jonah widening the gap just more and more. I don't think this Beamer is going to be able to reel him in. I just don't know.
The Beamer's just going to have to bet on Jonah making a mistake.
I mean, with a a 45-minute session like this, it's always possible to get into your head.
Absolutely. And the tire wear, you never know what kind of chaos that might create.
Oh, the
Jonah
Beamer.
very, very light on the power.
Yeah.
In the corner.
The Beamer's just pushing. I mean, the tire wear on the Beamer's going to be way worse than the McLaren right now. The McLaren's looking very smooth out there.
Very agile. No screeching heard here.
I mean, let's hop on board with Jonah here. You can still see the Beamer behind. It's still a presence on Jonah. I mean, he's not out of the clear yet.
Absolutely not. I would definitely be a little scared.
Oh, Jonah losing a little bit of time there. The Beamer's going to have the street lights.
That Beamer.
Yeah, it's definitely a foreboding presence, especially with the Air Force One. I mean, it looks like it means business. Gaining on the brakes there. It looks like Andy might be gaining some time now after that sector.
He might be figuring out where he could take advantage of the McLaren. Andy cooking it up that S.
Taking up all the track there, getting a great exit. I mean, this race is very important. This is going to solidify a foundation for the points for the rest of the season. Beamer going really wide on there. He's really trying everything to keep up with this McLaren.
I'm hoping the Samsung McLaren can figure out how to handle his car and catch up to the Supra.
Yeah, I would love to see a battle between the Supra there for third. Frank going off again in the background. Did you see that dust plume?
No, I did not.
Jonah is just keeping the pace so consistent out here right now.
He's using the downforce and his grip on those turns instead of sheer power like the Beamer.
Yeah, I mean the Beamer has the power out of the corners and straights, but McLaren is so much more nimble, and on a track like this, I mean a car this fat is just not gonna fare that well. Looks like Andy's trying to change up his line a bit. I mean, looks like he's trying everything to keep up with Jonah, which is not looking good for Andy. He's got him on the brakes, though. Let's head on back and see what's going on in the back of the pack.
I'm on board with Nathan Boardman in the AMG. He's got clear air.
Nathan quite far behind at this point. I mean, everyone else is in the S's right now. This is awful to watch. This poor Aussie right now is struggling out here. Got Dizzy in the
give him
McLaren.
credit, he is
right
new
now.
to sim racing.
That is true. That is true.
And competitive racing.
And Frank is just, I'm so proud of him he just bought a sim back in the end of December, beginning of January, and come February, he's doing fine. He's doing just great. McLaren's not too far behind. Let's see if the race is still heated up front. It is. I mean, what are we thinking, Logan? Do we want to have a complimentary safety car out there to piss them off?
Mm, let's give him a couple minutes.
All
I want
right.
to see how Andy and Jonah figure this out. I say at the 30-minute mark we can do it. if
Devin
Frank's
said he
still
needs
really
more
far
emotion from Logan.
behind. Well, we might need more Eurobeat for that.
I mean, the gap is so wide now between these two drivers. They're just pushing so hard. Let's get an onboard with Andy and see how it's going on board here. Let's see how he's driving compared to the McLaren. Could have used more of the track there. He's keeping him in sight. Both drivers locking up into this corner,
But
roasting their
hitting the turn
tires.
very well.
Jonah's actually just driving better. I mean, it doesn't look like the car's any faster than the Beamer. His lines are just better. He's taking up all of the track.
Shifting at the perfect times.
Oh, the Beamer going wide
Oh.
with the McLaren. Gaining time there through the S's again.
Andy using a little bit more track there. This just gets me fired up. I wish I was on the track.
I know you wish you were. That's a great bridge into our sponsor. What's our sponsor? I don't know what our sponsor is. Children of the Bjorg.
Children of the Bjork. Yes, this racing league is brought to you by Children of the Bjork.
And the Children of the Bjorg is being represented great here with the McLaren Jonah up in front. Andy is hunting him down though. He's gonna look for a move. He's poking his head out.
The pressure is building up
Oh,
again.
the McLaren going wide. Andy's gonna take the inside. Too
What
wide
did I
down the
tell you?
straight.
Give him a couple more minutes, they'll figure it out.
Oh, he had the inside line though.
Jonah maintaining the lead after
Maintaining it.
undercutting.
This is a great
Beautiful
race.
driving.
Oh, getting up close on the McLaren through that corner. The Beamer's mid-corner speed is so much faster than the McLaren, but the McLaren's just getting better exits.
Nathan seems like he's figuring out his AMG.
This is the race,
Hitting these
Devin. This
turns
is
a
the
lot better.
race. Jonah qualified P1. Oh, he's going wide, bouncing the car off.
Holy shit.
Let's get this. Let's get the safety car out. Let's get the safety car out.
Alrighty. Penalty controls are locked for 24 seconds. What? I'm locked in place.
That's fine. Just keep it locked in place for now.
Leaving the pits in 2 seconds. Leaving the pits.
Wait for everyone to pass first. Yeah, just stay on the side. Oh my gosh, Nathan's so far behind. Keep it nice and slow for them, Logan. He still hasn't passed you yet.
Oh shit. That's my bad.
McLaren keeping it clean still. Someone just said fail. Yes, I live for your failure for Andy, I guess. I mean, that was a crazy move on the McLaren. I don't know why he would go for such a risky move. Maybe he just braked too late. Is Nathan stopping behind you? No,
Nope,
didn't.
he
Okay,
passed
good.
me. He knows what's up.
All right, yeah, keep it slow.
My lights are on.
Jonah will be coming up on you soon here. I mean, all drivers having a decent race right now. The gap is very large. I mean, I wish we just had everyone else out today. And the McLaren coming up on the safety car. All right, double yellow is in place now. Jonah's having a great race out here today. I think he might be able to pull away with this race restart. Drivers are coming up from behind now.
Nathan's still not here.
Give it one more
Do I
lap.
do one more lap? Okay. I'll speed it up. Is Nathan cooking?
To the best of his ability. He'll catch up this lap.
Good.
This is going to be interesting with this race restart now. Oh, someone someone honking a horn? What is that? I guess one of them has a custom horn on their GT4 car. Minutes left to go in this race session. Andy should be, or not Andy, Nathan should be coming up here soon. How's the Porsche feeling today, Logan?
Oh, nice and smooth, baby, you know. The Germans do it right.
AMG GT is finally back in sight. All right. All right, pit this lap, Logan. Come back into the commentator's booth.
I'm not gonna enjoy the run up.
And we're gonna get a race restart here. All cars back together. With about 22 minutes left to go. And green flag, green flag. The race starts here again at Sonoma after an incident from Andy. AMG getting back up into fourth. Andy is seeing red now. He's tired of being behind this McLaren here, sponsored by Dr. Pee-Pee. And Geek Bar. I forgot about the Geek Bar sponsor on it. This is great racing so far. Nathan's back in contention here for fourth. If he can keep it clean for the rest of the race, he'll be good to go. The Beamer getting a better run down the straight. Or down the curve here. There's not really a lot of straights on this track. Will he look for an overtake? Bumping into the McLaren! I mean, Andy's trying his best to get around this McLaren. What can he do, Logan? Frank's going to gain now. It's a contention for the top three.
Jonah seems to be super consistent.
Andy is locked in here. It looks like Dizzy's in the pits now, after from fourth place, with his windshield wipers on. I wonder what's going on there. The race is going to continue. Oh, the McLaren almost losing it. The McLaren going wide.
Oh!
That's going to give the Beamer a free overtake. With only 19 minutes left here to go.
Can Jonah come back from such a mistake?
It looks like Dizzy's going to be getting a do not or did not finish. He looks like he's DNFing. I mean, he went into the pits for some reason. I couldn't imagine why, other than a crash. But the race is still so close up front. Do you think Jonah will be able to catch back up to the Beamer here?
I feel like with 18 minutes left in the race, anything can happen.
Devin says skill issue Andy. And we have an Andy fan, it looks like, in chat. Andy, my glorious king, will prevail in the face of adversity.
Now we do have word that there are some gamblers on this event.
Oh, Jonah going off! Right into the wall! It looks like a double yellow is going to be up again! Get that safety car back out! That's crazy!
I tried to cut in front of.
Try to get up in front of Andy.
Yeah, I tried to cut in front of him, but he sped off.
That brings Andy a secured first place behind Frankie. Or in front of Frankie. My bad. Yes, that was an insane crash by the McLaren.
Tire wear got to him. The pressure.
Looks like it. Looks like it. It looks like Dizzy's just going to be taking a DNF. Sad to see in such a pretty car, too. I mean, it's just sitting there in the pits. Just quietly. Sucks to see. Well, we're back up front here. Let's go green this lap. Everyone's here. Dizzy's down a whole entire lap now at this point. Whole 2 laps. He's back out on track. What? Why would Frankie give the position back? He was not supposed to do that.
Interesting.
Well, it looks like the race is going to resume with Jonah back in second. I mean, that's not how that works. Oh, not again! A huge crash again!
No.
I mean, at this point, Jonah needs to just run it. We can't keep on putting safety cars out like this. AMG going off. All drivers just not faring well with the tire wear today. All cars getting nasty in the dirt. Andy keeping it very clean though.
So we now have Jonah in the back. Nathan in 4th. Or
In 3rd now.
3rd. Frank in 2nd and Andy in 1st.
This is a crazy turn of events. I mean, on a race restart, you can't be doing that. We can't send out the safety car again after that.
We tried our best.
We did try our best.
And Frank even gave him his position back.
He gave it back. He didn't even need to do that, by the way.
Nope.
I mean, with this, it looks like Andy's just going to secure the win already, but there's still 13 minutes left in the session. I mean, all this racing is making me hungry for a Chinese buffet.
What do you want?
Like, I want egg woe. Like, I want egg woe.
You want egg roll?
I want egg woe.
It come with egg roll.
Can I get a general chicken with rice?
It come with egg roll.
So at this point, the race is very broken up, even after multiple safety cars. Frankie's still in the review mirror, though. But he's just not as consistent as Andy out here.
Frank catching some grass.
Jonah very far behind now in the Children of the Bjorg McLaren there.
Devin remembers. If any of the viewers also watched the Civic Cup, you know that I Want Egg Woe is a callback to the series that took place a year ago. Thank you, Devin, for noticing.
We have some newer viewers here for this series since we have some newer drivers. Oh, Nathan's spinning out in the background again.
How could this be?
The McLaren's going to be able to catch up and hopefully get back a podium. Oh,
no!
what atrocious driving there from Nathan. Why would we go wide again? Oh, I got to give him some slack here.
The boat's just looking for water.
Yes, it is. And you're not going to find any out here in California. That's going to be a podium now for Mr. Jonah. The Beamer just securing the win at this point. Leaving behind the Supra with 10 minutes left to go here in the session. McLaren trying its hardest here. Dizzy 2 laps down now after that incident that he had in the pits. I don't know what was going on there. I guess they were fixing something on the car. All over the track right now. It looks like he lost his rhythm from the beginning of the race. Nathan back down into 4th here. Still ahead though. He's going to be getting some points today. Do you think that Jonah has enough time to catch back up to 2nd here? Try to race the Supra?
I think if he keeps his pace and doesn't kiss any more walls, he might be able to take 2nd.
I mean, it was an awful
He
race.
probably won't be able to
him.
battle for 1st, but I would like to see him get a 2nd place.
Either way, he's on podium right now, which is what we want to see. I mean, that McLaren's way too far behind right now to for even Frank to think about it.
Jonah's lap times are about 1 second quicker than Frank in 2nd place.
I mean, if he can keep it going, I don't know. I mean, do we want to give them one more safety car? With this much time left in the race? I mean, I don't think there's enough time at this point.
I think we've had enough.
I think we've had enough.
I went out twice.
Yeah, 2 times now.
Oh, Nathan. Going off track.
Nothing went off again. Andy just widening this gap right now.
I'm excited to hear the racers' thoughts on their performance.
I mean, I don't think most of them are going to be too happy with their performance here at Sonoma. It's such a difficult track for these new drivers. They can't really push that hard.
We definitely threw them into a ring of fire with this one.
Yeah, next week should be way better for them. It's a lot easier of a track, but it's a lot tighter. It's going to be a street circuit down Long Beach. Looks like he's about to lap Dizzy. Yeah, he's definitely coming up on Dizzy soon.
Who is? Andy?
Andy.
No way.
Justin would kill this track. Yeah, he would kill himself on this track. That is so true.
Oh my god.
That is very true.
He was invited to the league.
He is technically in the league standings. He wants to race, he said. I just don't think he has enough time to catch up to Frank. Devin saying he's gonna lie. He's a great driver. I mean, does Devin have room to talk? I think Justin was beating him in the Civic Touring Cup. Not much action at the end of the race here. It's pretty sad. We had a really good run between Jonah and Andy there. I mean, Andy's just keeping it so clean out here.
Andy's still cooking up mid 140s.
I mean, his race pace has been great. Nathan losing a lot of his pace. I mean, he's struggling to keep this car straight. Jonah putting in everything he's got here right now to get back up into second, but with only about 1 lap left here at the race, it's just doesn't seem plausible for him to catch up to Frank. Frank's been very consistent all race. I think he's, honestly, out of all the drivers, I think he deserves second with very minor mistakes the whole race.
Yes, true.
I mean, what are your thoughts on Frank? I think he had a really good performance here today.
Yeah, although he was slightly slower than Jonah and Andy, he was way more consistent. He made almost no mistakes, and that's what got him in second place.
And that's just what wins races. It's consistency. You can be fast all you want, but when you have a major crash like that on the S's and a major crash at the beginning of a race restart like that, it's just, you're not going to be able to come out with a win.
Whoever had their money on Andy's a happy winner.
Happy winner right now. I mean, there's still 7 rounds after this. I mean, anyone
Oh,
could
it wasn't
be a
just
winner.
on this race, it was on the entire series.
I mean, it depends. I don't know.
We'll have to get some clarification from those gamblers.
It looks like there's an argument between the children of the Bjork fans and the Andy team here, Mach 1 Motorsport. This might be the last lap here. 30 seconds left. I don't think Andy will be going one more lap. With an upsetting...
Final lap?
I don't know yet. It's going to be the game's choice. With an upsetting race in the preseason, crashing multiple times, losing it on the corkscrew, he brings it back on an even more difficult track. Andy in the Air Force Mach 1 Motorsport car. He's going to be coming across the line here on the final hairpin. Around the last corner here, turn 12. Into the finish. Andy will be taking first place in the round 1 here at Sonoma.
Get in there, Lewis. Miracles do happen, mate.
With Frankie in second. Second place for Frank, and it's going to be third for Jonah. That's going to be our top 3 for today. And Nathan keeping it fairly consistent for the race. I mean, multiple crashes, but with that, he kept it out of the pits, and he's going to be coming through with 4th place. And Dizzy with 2 laps down, some sort of incident at the beginning of the race there. He's going to be rounding off the pack with 5th.
Shifting into neutral on that hairpin.
Yeah, that sounded interesting.
There we go. That concludes round 1.
That concludes round 1. We're gonna head on over to the pits here and talk to the drivers and see what their thoughts are on the race today. I mean, what were your thoughts, Logan, before we hop on over?
I was happy to see the racers battle and fail. It was quite entertaining for me.
Doing it! Oh my God! Hitting one of the
almost hitting the safety cars.
Oh man, this is not the spot to be doing his victory donuts, but we'll take it. Andy in the Beamer. I think we might have to give him a penalty for that. I mean, that's just dangerous driving right there. All right, let's head on
$10,000
over.
fine.
Alrighty, drivers. I mean, that was a great drive between Jonah and Andy there at the beginning. Let's give our winner here a talk. Andy, how are you feeling with the win in the first round?
We're feeling on top of the world right now, baby. It is a shame that we did have that double yellow flag twice in a row. No safety car on the second one. I would have loved to keep on battling with Raven there. That was fun. I feel like we were keeping each other on our heels very well there, but
Me and
overall
Logan-
happy with the win, and yeah.
Me and Logan were very, we were hesitant. It was so late in the race. We wanted to bring one more out, but on a race restart right away, we just didn't think that would be the
Yeah,
right idea to
yeah,
bring it out again.
I totally understand why you made the decision you did, but it would have been fun just
we
to
were
keep
enjoying
battling.
it. It was a great race. Head on down to second place. Frankie Strickle, how are you feeling?
Fucking great. Holy shit. Yeah, no, I figured out those S turns on like the second lap. I don't know why I didn't figure it out in practice before. After that, I've just been locked in.
You were doing
Great
great.
race.
I mean, me and Logan had to say, like, you were one of the most consistent drivers out there with minimal mistakes. Minimal. And look where it brought you.
Yes, sir.
We're head on down to third with pole position down at the third place. Jonah, how are you feeling with that?
I'm a little disappointed. I got knocked out of the flow state after that race restart and just couldn't recover as much as I would have liked to. So, but there's always next week in the future races. I'm excited to get back out on the track.
Wonderful, wonderful by Mr. Jonah there. Who just dipped? Who dipped?
That
Andy.
was
Yeah.
Andy leaving.
Oh, Andy needs to go. Yes, that's fine. That's fine. We'll head on down the pack here. Nathan.
Yes. Yeah.
Fourth place. How are you feeling with that? Just outside of the podium.
I mean, it's better than my performance at Laguna Seca for the practice round, which I'm happy with. But I definitely could have. I definitely reckon I could have held off Jonah if I hadn't screwed up as much at the end.
All right.
Because him being off as much as he was, I probably, even though I was a few seconds slower each lap, probably held him off until the end.
And Dizzy, we were very confused. Can you please explain
Pissed.
to us
That's
what
how
happened?
I feel.
What happened?
Ran out of fucking fuel, and then I get hit with a 2-minute penalty.
You ran out of gas when you had to fill up your car. Oh no. Oh, that's crazy. All right. Well, what are your thoughts going into the next week?
I don't fucking know, man. I'm just, angry right now.
Understandable. I mean, it was
Because
a
I was
great race
holding
so
it down
far.
for fourth.
Yeah, you were. It was great to see that. Man,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sorry
wasn't
about
told that we were filling all the way the fuck up.
that. Didn't I say that in the driver
I
meeting?
didn't fucking hear it.
Oh my goodness gracious. Well, next week now you know. You'll be prepared. We're gonna figure out the
I
date.
want to know what my fastest lap was during that, because I feel like I've gotten quicker on there.
You definitely did.
Well.
Definitely did. All
But
drivers
time
did.
to reset, so I don't know what my fastest lap was.
I could definitely take a look here at the board. I think I have it still. Dizzy doesn't want to store it. It says great. Well, we don't have any of the times right now, which sucks. I hate how a setup course it does that. Well, thank you all for coming out. You guys are now, even though you might feel like some of you had a very bad race here, you guys have now solidified points in the series. You're gonna have points behind you, which means next round, when the new drivers come in, they're coming from 0. So you guys are up there in the top 5 now because you showed up today. And Frank's up there in second place for the championship on the first race.
Goddamn right.
It's just surprising to see with how quick you got into this. So, Logan, do you have anything to say to the drivers? Looks like he farted.
Nope.
Nothing to say to them. That's crazy. After watching a race like that, you have nothing to say.
I'm baffled.
Yeah.
He's speechless at how good the race was.
Almost drunk.
I loved the first 20 minutes.
Man, I need to fucking go.
Yeah, the first
But
20
it
minutes was
seemed
great.
Seemed like the pressure got to a lot of people.
Yeah. I mean, some people just kept it locked in. Some people just kept it driving. Kept the wheels on the track.
Next week will be better.
Next week will be a
I
lot
believe it.
better. A lot easier of a track.
Yeah.
Let's head on over to the track
I'm-
map.
I'm pretty sure with the Sonoma track just then, the only corner that I couldn't get right was turn 2. I think, because that's where I'd screwed up the most.
The right-hander where you can't see.
Yeah, that one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like coming off Main Street.
Well, here's the track map for Long Beach. It's up on the screen right now. This is round 2 next weekend. It's a street circuit, the only street circuit on the schedule this year. Very, very high speed. Lots of straights, but very hard corners, very hard braking zones. There should be a lot more overtakes and slipstreaming here. So it's going to be an interesting one. A lot of the lap times should be very close. There's not too many corners. So
I feel like we'll definitely see different cars prevail.
Oh yes, we're definitely going to see some different cars prevail here at Long Beach. Once again, hopefully next week.
Beamers.
We'll see. We'll see about the Beamers. You were pulling on it. We'll
The
definitely
wheel is
see
so
next
fucking
week.
hot right now.
The testing server will be open. I guess I can open up this weekend here so you guys can see what it's like and start learning the track. But how are you all feeling about going into next week? You guys think you're gonna get a better position here?
Probably, maybe, I don't know.
Some of the faster drivers are hopefully going to be there, so we'll see what happens.
It'll be a fucking fight.
Yes, it's going to be a fight next weekend. We just got to figure out the details, and we'll get it scheduled. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you for wasting some time behind the wheel. It was fun to watch. Me and Logan have some work to do
Yes, sir.
as event coordinators. So thank you all for joining, whoever is still here. Looks like we had 40 views overall. 10 people were watching at all times. It's pretty interesting. So, yeah. Thank you all for coming out. See you next weekend. See you next weekend.
Bye, Dad.
I gotta let the stream go a little bit because when I cut it out, the delay cuts it out right there.
I'm taking a piss.
Bye, Dad.
Oh.
I'm also gonna take a piss. I should